Hi there, Gemini. Welcome back. All right, guys, let's get into this. See what is going on in your energy. I don't know why that came out that way, but we'll do it again, right? There it goes. All right, Spirit, give us a clear, concise message here for Gemini. Please and thank you. All right, Gemini, don't forget to click that like button. Subscribe if you haven't. Comment. It helps the channel grow. And let's see what's coming out for you here. Okay. All right. The first card was this card. So there's some kind of conflict going on around you. Okay, we have the King of Blades coming out. Two of Sticks. Maybe you're feeling blocked because you have somebody around you that's like opposing you here. Okay. We have the Tower moment. So there is going to be something shocking, something you don't see coming. It could be something out of the blue coming towards you or did come towards you because this could be a past situation. Somebody who was a very bad boss, okay, or authority figure who was abusing their abusing their power. Okay, look, yeah, this was definitely somebody around you who was abusing their power, abusing their authority, abusing their position in your life, whatever it is, right? Okay. Now, Gemini, I hear that when you commit to something, you commit to something. Like, you are the kind of person that you will see things through to the very end, no matter how hard things get, how difficult things get, how many challenges you have to face. How it doesn't matter. It just doesn't matter what you have to go through. Once you commit to something, you're going to stick to it. Now, I do feel like that might be a downfall for you in this kind of situation because the the thing that is bothering you or the thing that is holding you back the most is actually a person. Okay? It could be another air sign, maybe somebody who has Aries in their chart. It could be a Libra, a Gemini, or Aquarius. Okay? And this is somebody who you can't decide about. Something's going on here where you are being blocked, or you just having a very hard time letting go of, or could be somebody that you're just having a very hard time making a decision about. Okay. Now, it does look like in the recent past there was a shocking moment, something that you found out, or a wake up call, or something like that, where you were in this tower energy with that person, where things were about to fall apart, break apart, something like that. It does look like in the near past that this person was the kind of person who, they really took advantage of their position. They wanted to be the boss, but they didn't have leadership skills, but they wanted to be the boss. So I'm seeing like somebody who could be like really reckless, very demanding, inhumanely demanding, like expecting you to work 12-hour shifts, come home, cook, clean, cut the grass, go pay the bills, go get the groceries, bring them home. I mean, just very bad leadership skills, okay? So, like, just being inhumanely bossy, that kind of energy, right? Now, let's see. In the near future, it does look like you finally learn to start loving yourself, okay? Because of this situation. Like, you finally started, instead of giving that love to somebody else, you started just like giving it to yourself, taking care of yourself, um, being generous with yourself, right? That kind of energy. And I feel like that's what caused this energy to come out. Like, this person got upset about it. They're like, they really wanted to break you down because they feel like if they break down your spirit, then you'll be easier to control. If they could break down your spirit, give you a breakdown, literally, okay, some kind of betrayal that'll break you down. Like you'll be easier to control, easier to dominate, easier to get you to do the things that they wanted you to do here, okay? Now, the thing about this situation is that this person did not realize that you are constantly on your feet. That's what I'm hearing. You're like, you are constantly ready for combat. You're ready for opposition. You're always ready. So that means you stand ready mentally and just physically, not just physically, but mentally, emotionally. Like, you're ready to go that long distance. You're ready to fight the long fight. At least that's what I'm getting from this. Okay. Um, and this person thought that they were winning. They thought that they were getting their way. They were actually very happy about this situation. And while that person was very happy about the situation, I see you as looking inward. So you might have been like asking yourself why? Why was this person doing this to you? Especially when you were showing that you were very loyal and ready to go the long haul with this person, face all challenges with this person. I mean, why were they doing this to you, right? You were literally this person's best friend. You were literally the person who was going to stand by them through thick and thin, 100%, 100%, ride or die. That kind of energy, right? Well, the thing about this person is that they are immature. Might be something that you can't see on the surface. Because because this person shows himself to be an emperor. So an emperor is somebody who's really high up, right? They're higher than the queen. They're higher than the king, right? They're really high up. And I mean, actually, an emperor is the highest that you can get, right? This is somebody who supposedly been through a lot and supposedly uh, learned from those mistakes and learned from life in general, right? Like they should have a lot of experience. But the truth is that this person is fake. Okay, you were committing yourself to somebody who wasn't real. You know, this is somebody who tries to show themselves to be this upstanding kind of person, somebody who would get the job done, somebody you could lean on, somebody you could depend on. When in reality, you can't depend on this person. You can't rely on this person. You can't trust this person's judgment. You can't allow this person to lead you because they can't lead themselves. They have no self control in themselves. But yet, it's weird because they want to control you. Make it make sense. Okay? They can't control themselves, but they want to control you and possibly even other people around you. Okay? Because in their mind, they feel like, if they mimic what an emperor is. And the thing is that people like him or her, right? They tend to think that an emperor is somebody who's going to be bossing people around and people are going to just listen to them and fall into place and they have to force people to listen to them, right? I mean, that's what they think, right? In reality, an emperor is not somebody like that. An emperor is a leader that people want to follow, right? This is somebody that is naturally somebody who can lead without even having to force it at all. Like people are going to want to be like this person. People are going to want to follow whatever direction this person is taking them into, right? A natural, real emperor does not have to force people to follow, okay? Does not have to like try to control their subjects, right? Um, when they start trying to enforce or trying to control their subjects, whatever it is, in this case it was you, then they're not in control, okay? The subject's in control. And that's the point. You were in control. This person doesn't want to admit it, but you were in control. And that's the thing. You were taking back your control. Maybe this person never had that control, but maybe it was just all in their head. Because it very well could be. Okay? And that's why this person has to keep coming around and sabotaging you and trying to stop you, trying to play games, plotting against you. That's not an emperor. That's not a natural born leader. That's not you know what I mean? Because if that was the case, then this person wouldn't have to do the things that they were doing. But they did them anyways, right? So the point is that you were the one that was in control. And I think this tower moment wasn't just a shock for you, but rather it was a shock for both of you. Okay? Because you weren't so easily led. And you weren't just going to like snap and make a decision. No, you were going to take your time and you were going to think things thoroughly before you even made a decision. So this person was trying to block you, cage you in. Like they were trying to give you limited options so that you would have no choice but to pick the choice that they wanted you to. So that's manipulation. That's not leadership, that's manipulation. This person never had control over you, but they think that they did. You see, they think that they did, but they didn't. They never did. You're a lot tougher. Okay, that's what I'm hearing. You're a lot tougher, and somebody does not become this way as the Five of Blades. Nobody becomes that way without experience, without experiencing conflicts, without experiencing opposition, right? Somebody doesn't just become the Five of Swords for no reason. You became this Five of Swords because of your experiences. Because of the things that you've been through, having people challenge you, having people play games with you. You see what I'm saying? A diamond doesn't just become a diamond. You know what I mean? There's pressure that creates that. And right now, you are the Five of Blades right now. This is your energy. You are the Five of Swords. Basically, it's the same thing. Okay? That's who you are. Now, you might come across as you on the outside, you might be come across as somebody who's really sharp, really cold. You might come off as, and maybe you don't even realize it. Okay, maybe you don't realize this. Maybe you don't realize that you come off in this way, like a very intense person, or yeah, um, like maybe you come off as being agitated. It could be many things, right? Hmm. Like you always come off like you're ready for conflict, like you're ready for war. Let's just put it that way. You always come off like you're ready. You're ready. You're on your feet. Okay? It's like, why did this person even mess with you? They see this part of you. They see how you are always, on guard, because that's what it is. You're on guard, right? I think this person messed with the wrong Gemini. I think they thought that they were going to win something, be easy. You're going to be easy prey for them. Yes, they betrayed you. Yes, they hurt you. Yes, they caused you some kind of mental stress here for sure. Okay? And they did it on purpose. And they thought it was funny. They thought it was cute. They thought that they were winning. But that just tells you how immature this person is. That they thought that that's all it would take to bring you down. You know what I mean? Ha! Right? Laugh in their face. Because, like, seriously, how is this supposed to work? Of course you have feelings, but that doesn't mean you're weak. You understand? And that's the thing that this person doesn't understand. And I think that is this person's downfall. Is that they thought that you were weak because they were able to get an emotional response out of you. That doesn't mean you're weak. That just means you're human. That's all it means. You're human. You know what I mean? Okay. So this person, for whatever reason, um, they're scared. Okay, I'm just gonna say it. This person is scared now. They did their thing. Okay, they saw your reaction, right? And now they're afraid of what you're planning to do. They're scared because they know. For one of you, I'm hearing you were born with a sword in your hand. Okay, you were born with a sword in your hand. You might have gone through some really bad stuff at a very young age. And you were born with a sword in your hand. You're not going to settle for anything less. This is what they're worried about. They're worried that you have a mean side to you. Okay? So then that means they know. They know you got a mean streak in you. You could treat somebody the way that they treat you. You have no problem with turning the table on this person. That's why they're afraid. Okay? This person is afraid right now. They're looking and they're like, "Oh man. What is Gemini planning? Oh man." You know what I'm saying? Yeah, because they know that you could hurt them just as badly as they hurt you. This is a two-way sword. That's what I'm getting. This is a two-way sword. This person better be careful. Because you could be just as mean as they are. The way that they're treating you, you could do it right back to them. And you might even be planning it. You might even be in this energy of planning, a revenge, or planning to bring down this sword on them, okay? Because that's what I'm getting. And you're not going to let them know what's coming, because the Queen of Cups in reverse can be somebody that can hide their intentions very well. Okay? So you might be in that energy of yeah, hiding your emotions, but it doesn't mean you don't have emotions. Maybe on the outside you come off as cold, aloof, you know, distant, right? But it doesn't mean you're not a loving, caring person inside of yourself. It just means that that's your defense mechanism, okay? That's who you are as a person because of your experiences. Your energy has shifted. And this person is noticing it. They realize it. This is why they're afraid of the future. They're afraid of what's coming toward them. I think you are a very sensitive person. I'm going to tell you. I think you're very sensitive, maybe overly sensitive. I would even say, And because of that, you have been hurt a lot in your life. Maybe picked on as a kid, kids at school, being mean, bullies, things like that. So you have experience with bullying. And now it looks like you're about to plan something here where you're going to become the bully. You have a lot of experience, and this person doesn't realize that this is not your first rodeo. This is not the first time you've been through this. Whoever this person is, it doesn't have to be romantic. Okay? It does not have to be romantic. But the thing is here, Gemini, is that this is not the first time. You've dealt with bullies so much, so often, that now you can actually mimic a bully. Like, you can play the bully part to a T now. And that's the thing. And that's the thing that this person is afraid of. Because now they're worried about what you're going to bring to the table or what you're going to do to them. Now you got them shaking in their boots. Now they're scared. They should have been scared before. You know what I'm saying? They should have been hurt. They should have been scared before they hurt you. You know? They should have treated you right. That would have been the smart thing to do. But obviously, this person is not that smart. Okay? Because the way that you carry yourself, the way that the energy that you give to people, this person should have caught on to that and should have known that you were a person not to be messed with. That you would be the kind of person who would fight back. But for whatever reason, this person thought that they were going to, like, I don't know, tame you, make you submissive or something like that. Okay? Now they've made you their enemy. Now you're enemies. You could have been friends, but now you're enemies. Could have been friends, but they messed it up. For whatever reason, this person thought that because of your bond with them, your friendship or whatever it was, they thought that they were going to force you to be a doormat. Can you believe it? That you were just going to be a willing doormat because of y'all's relationship. So this person got close to you at one point. They got close to you, and they thought that because they got close to you and they were able to, that would make you soft. That would make you soft, and then you were just going to bend backwards and be a doormat. And they were going to be able to just like walk all over you. And you were just going to follow them and be a follower. No, that's not how this is going to work out. This person should have done their homework on what a Gemini is. Because Gemini has two personalities. One could be really nice and the other one could be really mean. There's two sides, and it just depends on the situation of how the extreme is from one point to the other, right? Because there's always a degree. There's a degree of niceness and there's a degree of being mean and getting revenge, right? There's a degree. And I think this person didn't understand that there's a degree here. So this person has put the nail in their own coffin. Gemini. That's what I'm getting. And this person is now nervous. They're nervous. They're scared. What does the future bring? What's going to happen next? Who's doing what, Yeah, they changed this relationship changed for the drastic. I see you creating an illusion here, and you're going to get your way. You're going to get your way. You're going to get your revenge on this person. They did it to themselves. That's what I'm hearing. They're going to experience a deep loss, and you're going to make sure that they feel it. And this is going to be just as painful for them as it was for you. So you're going to meet force with force. That's what I'm getting. Force with force. So it's kind of like what they tell security guards and police officers. When they come up against somebody, they have to meet that person with equal force, right? Or equal resistance, right? Depending on the situation. So I'm hearing that what they did to you, you're going to do the amount, same equal amount back to them. So if they slapped you, right, you're going to slap them back with the same kind of force. If they did, well, it looks like they did it to you out of the blue, right? I'm not saying that they slapped you. I'm saying that they did something to you that was a huge betrayal, but they did it in such a way that you didn't see it coming, right? Like this was out of the blue, like just a shock, right? So now you're going to do it back to them. They opened up Pandora's box. That's what I'm getting. They opened Pandora's box. And you're about to play this game with them. They did not realize that you know how to play checkers. Or chess, rather. This is chess. They didn't realize that you know how to play chess. They were playing checkers with you, but now you're gonna start playing chess with this person. That's what I'm hearing. Oh, be careful. This is going to be very interesting. Okay, I do feel like this person caused you to hit rock bottom. Okay, and you are about to throw this person for a loop, and they're about to receive, them hitting rock bottom as well. Okay. For one of you, this was an actual assault. So when I said about slapping, that means like this person literally did slap you, or pushed you, or they did something. Okay, yeah, because it could very well mean like physical assault. Okay, like they actually did do something. I do see this person as being paranoid. Yeah, they're paranoid. They're worried about what you're gonna do to them now. Their mind is thinking like, "What are you thinking?" Well, if they come to my channel, they're going to find out what you're thinking. What you're thinking is you're going to turn the tables on this person and you're going to do to them what they've done to you and see how they like it. That's what I'm hearing. I don't know why, but I'm getting that picture of that little girl where she was breaking eggs with her two aunties. And the aunties broke the egg on her head. And she was like, "Hey, that wasn't nice. How would you like it if I did it to you?" It's on YouTube. It's a short. And she goes and grabs the egg and she smashes it on their head and does it back to them. Okay, you're like that little girl. Okay, there's something sweet about you that this person thought that they could like take advantage of. Okay, like that little girl, she was sweet, but she stood her ground. I wouldn't be surprised if she wasn't a Gemini. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't be surprised. But she did it back to them and with the same amount of force, right? She didn't go overboard. She didn't take it up a level. She met them force with force, right? That's what I see you doing, Gemini. You're going to do right back to them exactly what they did to you, and they are not going to like it. Uh-uh. It's going to be a change of something here, okay? It's going to be something that they're not expecting at all. They're not expecting it from you at all, okay? So, yes, you might have a cold exterior, right? Maybe you have that standoffish type of energy, but then there's also the sweet nature that comes out too, that this person thought that they could take advantage of, okay? Yeah, you're bringing trouble straight to their door. They started to fight, but now you're going to bring the fight straight to their door. That's what I'm hearing. Straight to their door, straight to their house, straight to their face, straight. Like, you're not going to play around. You're not going to play games. You're just going to be straight in their face. Yeah, this person's going to regret messing with you. They should have never done what they did. Never. They caused trouble for you. Now you're going to cause trouble for them. They created an illusion for you about you. Now you're going to create an illusion back for them, and you might. Okay? They planned, and they plotted against you. Now you're going to plan and plot against them. Yeah. They've met their match. I don't even think this person realizes it. That they have literally met their match. But you're smarter. And you're more mature. And you're more experienced. Age doesn't have nothing to do with it. Just want you to know, age does not have nothing to do with it. Okay? Because you do not come out just walking around and become the Five of Swords as a person, because that was your energy. Okay? It's because you've been through battles. You had your scars. Yeah. And this person's going to regret it. They're going to regret ever messing with you. And then they might even regret ever meeting you. You know what I mean? That's what I'm hearing. They should have never did it. They should run. That's what I'm saying. They should run. Thank you for joining me, Gemini. I'm gonna get out of this reading. Catch me in the next one. This is what came out. It was very interesting. Oh, can't wait for the next chapter because I do see an ending there with the Ten of Swords energy, an ending there. Possibly a change in that relationship, of course, right? But also a new beginning. And this means this new beginning, it's gonna be about them getting what they deserve. That's what I'm hearing in this new chapter, right? That's what I'm getting. Guys, don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Catch me in the next one. Y'all take care. Bye bye.